Hello guys, this is your English teacher again, and in this video we're going to make some listening and speaking practices in simple present. You may have studied this subject for many times before, or maybe you think that you have understood every single detail about this simple present, but there is still one thing I observe in my students. They're always making constant mistakes in simple present. That's why I think that you didn't learn this thing perfectly. That's why I'm shooting this video, and in this video we're going to talk about a story about this guy, and I will ask you some questions and I will try to speak as slow as possible so that you can understand without subtitles, or even if you don't understand, you should listen again and again. After a couple of times, I believe that you will start understanding what I'm talking about in this video. So, first of all, I want to tell you guys this. As I told you, there is one thing that I always observe in my students. They just focus on learning by vision. I mean, they always look at the board, they look at the book, they look at the text, they look at the teacher, they just look at the tests and the exams. They try to learn this subject all the time with their eyes, but there's one thing missing. If you don't learn this language with your ears, it's almost impossible to speak. That's why we will make this listening practice, and it's not gonna be just an ordinary listening. It's gonna be like a dialogue, and whenever you're sitting just in front of your monitor, in front of your laptop or computer, whenever I ask a question, I want you guys to answer those questions as if you're speaking to me. Alright, now we can start our story. So again, I want to tell you guys discuss, and whenever I ask you a question, if you don't know the answer, just make it up. Alright? And you don't have to give the perfect answer. If you can't make the long sentence, you can just give the answer with only one word. It's okay, no problem. Or if you can't make the sentence, just show a reaction. Say something like this, oi, 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 whatever. Okay? Just show a reaction, or give the simple answer, or give the long answer. Whatever you want, just do it. Alright guys? Just show me a reaction. So let's start the story. Okay, so there is a boy, and what is his name? His name is Andy, and he lives in Istanbul. He lives in Istanbul. So where does he live? He lives in Istanbul. And who does he live with? He lives with his family. Yes, he lives with his family. And how old is he? Is he 15? Is he 16? 17? 18? Alright, he's 15 years old. And does he work? No, he doesn't work because he's a student. Andy is a student, and he lives in Istanbul with his family, and he's 15 years old. And he goes to school. My question is, does he go to primary school? Does he go to high school? Or does he go to university? Of course, he goes to high school. He goes to high school, and his name is Andy. So, every day he wakes up very early. He wakes up very early. So what time does he wake up? What time does he wake up? He wakes up at 6 o'clock, 6:30, 7 o'clock, 7:30. So what time does he wake up? He wakes up at 7 o'clock. Does he wake up at 9 o'clock? No, he doesn't wake up at 9 o'clock. He wakes up at 7 o'clock. So why does he wake up at 7 o'clock? Why does he wake up at 7 o'clock? He wakes up at 7 o'clock because he's a student and his school starts at 9 o'clock. So he wakes up at 7 o'clock and he has breakfast. But where does he have breakfast? Does he have breakfast in the kitchen? Yes, he has breakfast in the kitchen. He doesn't have breakfast in the living room, or he doesn't have breakfast at school. He has breakfast in the kitchen. So after he has breakfast, he wears his clothes. What does he wear before he goes to school? Does he wear jeans? Does he wear a suit? Does he wear swimsuit? No, he doesn't wear jeans or he doesn't wear a suit. He wears school uniform. He wears school uniform. After he wears his school uniform, he leaves his house and he goes downstairs and he leaves the apartment and he leaves the apartment. I told this, and now he is in the street. So what does he do in the street? What does Andy do in the street? Does he play football? No, he doesn't play football. Andy waits the school bus. Andy waits the school bus. And when does the school bus come? When does the school bus come? Does it come at 9 o'clock? No, it doesn't come at 9 o'clock because the school starts at 9 o'clock. So the school bus comes at 8 o'clock. The school bus comes at 8 o'clock. And when the school bus comes, Andy gets on the school bus and he goes to school. How long does it take to go to school? How long does it take to go to school? Does it take 1 hour? Does it take 2 hours? No, it doesn't take 2 hours. It takes 20 minutes. It takes 20 minutes to arrive at school. So my question is, what time does Andy arrive at school? He arrives at school at 8:20. He arrives at school at 8:20. Then he goes to class and he puts his bag on the desk and he prepares the books for the lesson. Next question. What time does the teacher come to class? Does the teacher come to class at 10 o'clock? No, he doesn't come to class at 10 o'clock. He comes to class at 9 o'clock. Why does the teacher come to class at 9 o'clock? Why does the teacher come to class at 9 o'clock? The teacher comes to class at 9 o'clock because the lesson starts at 9 o'clock. And of course, Andy is not alone in the class. He has some friends in the class. And who does Andy sit with on the desk? Who does he sit with on the desk? Andy sits with Ali on the desk. Andy sits with Ali. And in the break time, where does Andy go? Does he go home? Does he go out? No, he doesn't go home. He goes out of the classroom and he goes to cafeteria. He goes to canteen. Why does he go to canteen? Why does Andy go to canteen? He goes to canteen because he wants to drink water. Because he is thirsty. And how long is the break? Is the break half an hour? No, it's not half an hour. It's 10 minutes. The break is 10 minutes. And Andy goes to class again. And how many lessons does Andy have in one day? How many lessons does Andy have in a day? He has 8 lessons. Does he have 7 lessons? No, he doesn't have 7 lessons. He has 8 lessons. And the school finishes at 3 o'clock. The school finishes at 3 o'clock. What time does the school finish? Does it finish at 4 p.m.? No, it doesn't finish at 4 p.m. It finishes at 3 p.m. Andy leaves the school at 4 p.m. and what does he wait in front of the school? What does he wait in front of the school? He waits the school bus in front of the school because he goes home by the school bus. And Andy arrives home at 4:30. That means Andy arrives home at 4:30. When he goes home, he has dinner. My question is, who does he have dinner with? Who does he have dinner with? He has dinner with his mother. He has dinner with his mother. Why doesn't he have dinner with his father? Why doesn't he have dinner with his father? He doesn't have dinner with his father because his father comes home at 6 o'clock. His father comes home at 6 o'clock. He doesn't wait for his father to have dinner. Why doesn't he wait for his father? Why doesn't he wait for his father? He doesn't wait for his father because he is hungry when he comes home. After he has dinner, Andy has a rest for 1 hour. So why does he have a rest? He has rest because he is very tired when he comes home. He is very tired when he comes home. So, what does Andy start doing homework? What time does Andy start doing homework? Andy starts doing homework at 6 o'clock. Andy starts doing homework at 6 o'clock. Does he start homework at 7 o'clock? No, he doesn't start homework at 7 o'clock. He starts homework at 6 o'clock. And how long does he study lesson? How long does he study lesson? Andy generally studies lesson for 2 hours. Andy studies lesson for 2 hours. Andy usually studies lesson for 2 hours. And then at 8 o'clock he stops studying lesson, and he plays computer games for a while. So my question is, does he play computer games before doing homework? Does he play computer games before homework? No, he doesn't play computer games before doing homework. He plays computer games after doing homework. He plays computer games for 1 hour. How long does he play computer games? Does he play computer games for 2 hours? No, he doesn't play computer games for 2 hours. He plays computer games for 1 hour. So what time? No, let's make it this way. When does he finish playing computer games? When does he finish computer games? He finishes playing computer games at 9 o'clock. Does he finish playing computer games at 9 o'clock? Yes, he finishes playing computer games at 9 o'clock. And then Andy has a shower. Where does he have a shower? He has a shower in the bathroom. Does he have a shower in the bedroom? No, he doesn't have a shower in the bedroom. He has shower in the bathroom. So, when does Andy go to bed? Does he go to bed at 10 o'clock? Does he go to bed at 10:30? Or does he go to bed at 11 o'clock? He goes to bed at 10 o'clock. He goes to bed at 10 o'clock. Why does Andy sleep so early? Why does he sleep so early? He sleeps early because he wakes up early. Why does he wake up early? Because he is a student and he goes to school. Alright guys, this is the end of this story. And so why did we do this? Or why are you doing this? The question is very simple, guys. You may understand this, or you can understand a native speaker, or you can understand some sentences whenever you watch a movie. But this is not the question. You have to improve yourself. You have to make those speaking practices, because the next step of understanding English is, of course, speaking English. And if you want to speak this language, you have to make speaking practices. So, I'm telling you guys again, so whenever you watch this video, you should listen to me carefully. And whenever I ask you some questions, you should try to answer those questions. Plus, if you can repeat this practice for a couple of times, it's gonna be a lot beneficial for you guys. And there is one more thing I should tell you guys this. And after answering those questions, maybe you should practice asking those questions. I mean, the question that I ask in the video, like me, you should try to imitate my questions. If you do it, it will be a lot better than normal visual practices. For now, that's it guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and don't forget, you should watch this video again and again after you become a real expert in simple present. And please do not rush for learning new grammatical points, or do not try to learn the grammar points or the tenses or whatever it is so fast, because we are not racing here. Our purpose is to learn every single detail perfectly. Otherwise, our purpose is to make sentences whatever we learn. This is our purpose. So that's it guys. I'm done here. I hope you enjoyed the video. Bye bye.